Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 14th, also known as Valentine's Day. Today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning earlier than I wanted to, but not horrible. I tried to sleep on the chair last night because the couch has been kicking my ass, and that didn't work out well for me. So woke up with a really sore neck and for some reason a really weird pain in my hip. I don't know what was up. It's been laid wrong in the chair or whatever, so kind of is what it is. But I got up, got around, got a few things done. Nothing real major. My wife's still sick as a dog. She's not doing well. Got the dogs all fed and everything else and got them taken care of. Hung out for a little bit. She decided she wanted to have me go pick up some prescriptions and stuff and whatnot. And they were waiting for them to find out if they were going to be done. I was like, okay, we're kind of pushing that weird time frame. But when they are, my mom had a couple prescriptions at Walgreens she had to have picked up that had called her and said they were ready to go, whatever, got prepared. So we had a couple things in the house get done, nothing real major, hung outside. It was trying to be warm, but it wasn't warm. It was that weird, like in the sun it was warm, but in the shade up against the house there and the pergola area was still on the chilly side. So it's definitely not the warmest of all temperatures there could be. So, but yeah, it was all good. Had a meet and greet. Went fairly well. Dog was a little bit high energy and whatnot, but I think it won't be that hard. It's like a 10-day stay though, so I'd recommended them to they were like super paranoid, like we've never left the dog anywhere, kind of thing. So I'd recommended they do an overnight to kind of ease their own mind, and also for myself to see if I can get the dog to calm down better and be a better dog before the 10-day stay. That way I'll know if I want to cancel it out and change it and not watch this dog for 10 days. So, but I think it won't be that bad. I think the dog just needs to get a lot more exercise and a little more discipline, and we'll be good to go. The biggest thing the dog does is like when it comes to tea stuff, you sit down on the couch, so you just have to like, it wants to like jump like into your face real close, and it's super annoying. So something you gotta work on. If you just get your hands up and block them, then she's good and sits there and stuff. But when she first comes up to you, she wants to jump right up in your face, and that's just not safe. It's not smart. So gotta work on that whole thing of getting that to stop. But overall, the meet and greet went fine. They said they were gonna they had some other questions there. It's like weird questions, like they don't make sense. And I think, well, do I pay for it now? Do I pay for it at the end of the stay? I'm like, well, you gotta pay for it now. The rover charges you. They put the full stay on there. That way, in case your car gets lost or stolen or something, the money's already there. Then once the stay is over and finished, then a few days later, they'll pay me my share of it and all that stuff. And they kind of made it sound like they didn't want to pay for it up now. I'm like, what if it gets canceled? So I'm like, well, there's a refund policy on there that depending on how close you are, if you cancel early enough, you get full refund. If you cancel late, I don't know the exact numbers, but you get half the refund. And if you cancel after the stay starts, then you get no refund. So, but it's all written out in the policy. You can click the buttons and see, and it'll tell you exactly what the refund policy and the cancellation policies and stuff are, and go from there. So she seems like she'd finally agreed she'd pay it. So she went ahead and booked it. I think they were just, I don't know, kind of came off like maybe they were broke, didn't have the money, didn't want to put the $300 up front now, but they're wearing all like, just, I don't know, it was just what it is. So it was also, I wasn't sure if they were actually a couple or if they were just there, because she kept talking about her husband does this and he would talk about his wife does that, but they didn't sound like that they were talking about the person sitting next to him. So I'm not sure if they were just friends that came over together, because she had a friend come with her that doing the meet and greet, she didn't feel comfortable with her dog. I don't know, it kind of sounded like didn't really sound like he was with the dog. I don't know, it's a kind of a weird setup. So, but who knows, it is what it is. But yeah, so that one finally got booked. Took a lot of back and forth and just that whole randomness of just that overprotective pet owners that often become a pain in the ass. But the good thing is they're gonna be on a cruise ship without Wi-Fi, so I won't have to worry about them, with the whole annoyance thing. They had it down for they had like 11:30 drop off p.m. And I'm like, no, I think you guys screwed it up. I assume you mean 11:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m. pickup also. Maybe I messed up, so I changed it. And they're like, well, actually, I want to drop off like 1 instead, pick up at 1 and back and forth. I'm like, well, I've already changed it once, so can't change again until after you book it, and then we can figure it out. So let's just book it. We can change the exact pickup times later, as long as the pickups and the drop-offs are the same time. Doesn't really matter what time of the day it is, but it's funny because they could read they know all about that. If you drop off, say in the morning, pick up late in the evening, like on the last day, it adds an extra, after 8 hours, it adds an extra, day's fee to it. After like 4 hours, it adds like half a day's fee to it. They do all about that, but somehow couldn't find the refund. So cancellation policy, but it is what it is. So went ahead, got that taken care of. got that all wrapped up. Decided to go out and get my my shopping done, I guess. So I went basically, so I'm gonna go for a run first because I still hadn't heard from the pharmacy if my wife's stuff was done. It was getting late in the day. I know they closed at like 6, I think, at the pharmacy. So I wanted to make sure I got there before then. I thought worst case scenario, if I get there like 5:30, 5:45, then if it's gonna be done today, it'll be done. If not, whatever. And then the other pharmacy is open till like 9, so I could pick mom's stuff up later, so it was no big deal there. But went ahead and ramped it. I finally said her prescription was done. I got my run. So instead of even jumping in the shower, I just jumped in the vehicle, took off over there, took the Suburban because I don't know, why not? And it's one of those things where it's a little chilly with the wind blowing because I don't have heat in my truck, but with the sun beating the windows still, it wasn't horrible. It was nice. So in there, got the prescription picked up, ran to one of my clients that she was going in as I was coming out. We chatted for a moment, and then I headed on down, stopped in at Dollar General, looking for some like cough syrups and stuff and throat sprays and Mucinex and all that kind of junk. My wife's just trying to throw anything and everything over the counter at it because her throat and stuff is kicking her ass really, really bad. So I'm not really a big fan of it. She's having a hard time with this thing, so it's really whooping her. So went ahead, they had Mucinex there, but they didn't have any of the throat spray stuff. So I went down to Walgreens, picked up my mom's prescriptions, and then got throat spray there. Looked at the Mucinex. Mucinex was almost double at Walgreens what it was at Dollar General. I was like, oh, thank God. I'm like, normally they're not that much higher, I don't think, but damn, it was a lot higher. So I was really glad I stopped at Dollar General. Picked up a couple of little things there. Ended up buying my wife some turtles for Valentine's Day because she said she didn't want anything. She's been on this like diet program she's been following, so I didn't want to buy her like chocolates and crap, so we went to. And then I was like, well, I guess she's eating junk because she feels like shit, so she's eating whatever we're eating. So I went ahead and bought her some turtles. I got like a sea salt one and a regular one and knocked it out, kind of gave that as her Valentine's Day gift because we're not really big into the whole Valentine's Day gift type stuff. Normally we would go up for a few years there. We went and stayed at a buddy of mine's Airbnb up in St. Augustine, and then he rented the whole place out for like 5 months for like a movie shoot or something. So it fell on that. We couldn't get it for about Valentine's Day. Then it kind of fell off that this time she was so sick. So this time there was no way it was going anywhere. Plus I had dogs and stuff, so it wasn't really worth trying to go up for the weekend. And it also was weird when it's on a Tuesday, so definitely not the easiest way to do. Because we had a couple years there that it fell on the weekend and it worked out well for us. But it was funny because it usually books out pretty early, and I hit him up and I'm like, hey, I want to do this a handful of years back, and I didn't have any dogs and stuff. And he goes, well, I rented. I said, well, hey, I got a question. If I was to pay for their next free stay, like whatever they're staying now, if I pay for it, then pay for my stay on top of it. So you get the same booking, but they get an entirely free weekend and their money refunded back now. Would they be interested in trading out? He goes, let me check. So he checked, came back, goes, they'd be super stoked about that. They'd be happy as hell to do it. So they end up doubling their stay. They spent their same money. We got to stay twice as long. Worked out for them at a different time. And then I got to go up and have it. And because I was up there on Valentine's Day, as I left and I checked out, I'm like, hey, put me down for next year. And I did the same thing as we did a couple years in a row that way, by able to just, as I checked out, I reserved it for the next year. And then it got hit with the whole rented out for months for a crew. So it wasn't something I could get into. So I didn't really fight with it too much, but it is what it is. Yeah, we had a good time with that, but I grabbed her some turtles instead, dropped that off, got back to the house. Mom ended up making some mashed potatoes, some chicken strips, and then like a green bean broccoli mix, I assume frozen mix of vegetables. That we had that for dinner. When I got back from everything, I just ended up going out with the dogs and kind of hung out with them for a little bit, kind of just relaxing, and then had myself a little dinner, jumped in the hot tub for a little while, and then got out of there and was able to just kind of sit out and relax in the evening. And it was a little chilly. I put on my double socks because my feet get cold real easy now. I don't know what it is. My circulation, something's not good, but my feet just freeze to death all the time. So definitely not a fun thing. But overall, great evening, great day, and my wife's still feeling like crap. So what can you do? You just got to do what you can, try and make her feel as best as we can get it, and go from there. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.